trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol NTRB, whose lead product is Aversa Abuse Deterrent Transdermal Technology, which incorporates aversive agents to prevent the abuse, diversion, misuse, and accidental exposure of drugs with abuse potential, specifically opioids. It's a values-based company rooted in science and innovation to transform new ideas and discoveries into safer products for patients. Happy to welcome Serguei Melnik, the founder, president, chairman of the board, and interim CEO. Welcome to the conference today, Serguei.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for having me here.
All right, the floor is yours, and call me back when you're ready for questions.
All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. Here I'm going to be presenting our company, Nutriband, that with my partner, Gary Sheridan, we founded on January 4th, 2016, and we successfully completed the IPO on October 1st, 2021. Nutriband concept and it's set up as a pharmaceutical company with a specific focus on transdermal technologies. Our model is to apply transdermal tech to existing FDA-approved drugs with the goal to improve safety, efficiency, and patient comfort, and more. Our first product and lead platform technology is Aversa, an abuse deterrent tech which is applicable to any patch on the market today. I'll go ahead a little bit and make an update here. As of June of this year, we had announced to the market that we have completed our commercial manufacturing process scale-up for its product, along together with our partner Kindeva, and we are ready to move to the next step to manufacture clinical supplies and file an investigational new drug applications FDA to initiate the human abuse liability clinical studies. So that's an exciting time for us and for our shareholders. It's been a long journey, and we are closing in on having on the market the most advanced pain-killing patch that has no analogies anywhere else in the world. According to Health Advances assessment and upon approval by United States FDA, Aversa fentanyl is expected to reach peak annual sales of $200 million. Our company is structured not as a typical biotech company that just burns cash and moves forward. That probably you can see also, that's why our stock did not really follow the typical trend of any biotech companies in the recent years. They went public about the same time that we did. At Nutriband, we have two revenue-generating subsidiaries, 4P Therapeutics and Pocono Pharmaceutical, along with Active Intelligence, which specializes in sports recovery products. We're earning revenues to keep our development burn at the minimum. We own our own manufacturing clinical development capabilities, which also drastically reduces our cost for Aversa and other technologies. This is the structure of the company. As you see, we have three compound subsidiaries: 4P Therapeutics, Pocono Pharmaceuticals, Tape, Active Intelligence. 4P Therapeutics is involved in execution of our clinical regulatory program, supports design and manufacturing, oversees Aversa project development and clinical operations. Pocono Pharmaceutical is a contract manufacturing subsidiary. It's manufacturing for a wide range of clients, from small to multinational like KT Tape and FFL, whose clients are Reebok. Active Intelligence is a product subsidiary with kinesiology tapes. We manufacture in-house sports and kinesiology type brand. AI is basis for many white label orders at Pocono Pharmaceuticals. Now we're going to move to the lead product Aversa and speak about our exclusive technology. This Aversa is our lead product. It's an abuse deterrent fentanyl transdermal system. Aversa incorporates aversive agents to prevent abuse, diversion, misuse, and accidental exposure of drugs with abuse potential. Upon approval of Aversa fentanyl, we expect that FDA will consider requiring all fentanyl patches be abuse deterrent, as was required for all OxyContin generics back in the day. Again, as you remember from my previous slides, our revenues were estimated at $200 million, and that does not include making it mandatory. If FDA would make it mandatory for our technology, then our sales, according to the estimates of Advanced Health, will have go over $800 million a year. Other pipeline products, including Aversa, that we'll have is buprenorphine and Aversa methylphenidate patch. The biggest problem that we'll tackle, and we hope that our invention is going to be helping bring these numbers down, it's involving overdose deaths in the United States. As you see, it is 2020, it stays close to over 90,000 deaths per year. And that's a significant number. When you take in consideration that people who actually go and abuse these patches and or go to the streets to look for remedies, people who have chronic pains, ibuprofen and Tylenol will simply not do it. They will not solve their problem. And we believe that once you come up with the safest patch on the market, those numbers would have to come down. People will not have to be forced to go on the streets and find remedies for their pain. Averse technology also significantly reduces the likelihood of accidental exposure to fentanyl for children and pets. There were 32 cases recorded of accidental fentanyl exposure have occurred, resulting in 12 deaths and dozens of hospitalizations, mostly involving young children. So the goal is to provide a significantly less easily abused patch for the treatment of chronic pain. 70% of fentanyl patch abusers choose oral routes of abuse. Taste diversion addresses primary routes of abuse. So around that, there are also snorting. People make tea out of that. I mean, there is accidental issues. So all of those routes, I mean, we have studied, and we believe that our technology is going to significantly reduce the risk of that. This is our patch compared to the current patch available on the market. As you see, the currently available patch on the market is very simple. It's as easy to abuse as chewing it. There is no deterrence whatsoever. You can solve, I mean, you can put it in the tea, and because of the impermeable release liner, I mean, the drug is going to be separated from the patch, and is going to be easily ingested. On the right is our patch that has, you know, aversive agent coated layer with non-adhesive. It has transdermal backing layer with polyester. And the most important thing here that I want to pay attention to is a liquid permeable release liner. At the moment, there is no involvement of the abuse agents, of the adhesive agents and the deterrent agents with the drug matrix. It doesn't get involved unless the patient is trying to abuse it or misuse it. So the time that they're going to put it in the tea, in the hot water, trying to get the drug out of the patch, that moment, the liquid permeable release liner is going to break, and the aversive agents are going to be interfering with the drug matrix, making it unusable. So that's in the basics of our concept, how this works. So at this point, Aversa fentanyl is aligned with the planned mission to expand access to ADFs and to consider the risk of misuse, not just by the patient, but also by other persons who obtain opioids. We also bear in mind that conservative pricing will be the key component of capturing and maintaining market share, in addition to real-world data and marketing. According to the Health Advance report, Aversa fentanyl Nutriband can expect to comfortably charge 20% premium versus generics while maintaining insurance coverage and support, ideally capturing the market as the safest fentanyl patch in its class. The path to registration is 505(b)(2). Aversa fentanyl will be eligible for 6 months expedited review based on the precedent. At this point, this slide is a little bit older. Since that slide, we have actually received the patents in China, Hong Kong, and Macau. So at this point, we're staying at 46 countries. One of the most important aspects of our, success is Kindeva partnership. Nutriband and Kindeva have built a strong partnership for Aversa fentanyl's commercial development, leading to significant progress in the abuse deterrent patch development and manufacturing. Kindeva is a leading global CDMO, has a rich history of pharmaceuticals innovations and manufacturing millions of transdermal patches distributed worldwide. Both Kindeva and Nutriband are committed to improving safety profiles of transdermal drugs while ensuring accessibility and patient needs. And again, I'm going to go back that since the feasibility agreement, since commercial scale manufacturing, we have made a significant progress. And at this point, the company is at the stage is to manufacture clinical supplies and file an IND applications FDA to initiate human abuse liability studies. So the companies are working towards that goal right now. Aversa platform, when we have put the press release in June that we have completed the commercial scale manufacturing, the interesting part is also that the other thing that was completed, it was proven, is platform technology. So at this point, Aversa can be applied to any pain-killing patches on the market, not just fentanyl. So in the pipeline that we have right now, that we're working actually on buprenorphine, we had also a report done by Advanced Health. It's Aversa buprenorphine and Aversa methylphenidate. So this is the numbers we talked before. According to Advanced Health assessment upon approval, we expect to have annual sales of 200 million. That's on the percentage of the market taken. But if non-ADF transdermal fentanyl products lose marketing approval following our approval of Aversa, Aversa will have greater pricing flexibility and could generate more than $800 million a year in revenue. This is where we stand right now. I mean, we're closing on the phase 1 with Aversa. That's the only phase we're going to have to pass. Phase 1 consists of human abuse liability study. It's going to be a study of patients who are going to be using, we're going to present a generic patch and our Aversa patch, and everything has to be well documented, which patch they're going to be able to penetrate. It's not a formality. I mean, everything has to be taken into consideration, but if regular patch, generic patch on the market is as easily to abuse as chewing it, and ours, you have to be a minor in chemistry to be able to break down. I mean, then we think we'll have a very good chance to have a very successful human abuse liability study. And then the next one will be FDA filing that we expect within the next 12 months. So at this point, I would take any questions that you have. If somebody's not familiar with the company, or if a familiar company has any questions on our developments, I'll be happy to reply.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Let's first start with the transition from the old CEO and you as the interim CEO. So can you address that for us, please?
Yes. Gary Sheridan is my partner. We founded the company in 2016, as I said before. He's very young and ambitious. He told me about the idea that he would love to run for the president of Ireland. It will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He's turning 36 this week, and the next opportunity would be when he would be in his 50s, because the terms on the presidency in Ireland is 7 and 7, so it's 14 years back to back. I mean, that will be in a different era, so I don't know if he'll be so ambitious at that time. So we have discussed 6 months ago about that idea, and we took all the precautions. Everything has to be moving forward without any effect to our shareholder value, and so the transition to be as smooth as possible. So Gareth is taking nomination. If he gets nomination, and that's going to be in the next couple of weeks, then in next 2 months, the elections are going to take place, and we're going to know if he was elected or not. If he's elected, then we're going to make plans already for the permanent adjustment, and we're ready for that. If not, then welcome Gareth back at the helm, as he was for the last 10 years, and we're going to move forward with, because we're going to, now, though it's a most critical moment when we're getting actually close to the FDA submission, at the same time, everything kind of goes in autopilot, because the base that was set for the movement was not now. It was in, I would say, as far as 2021, we signed the deal with Keynote. And as you see, the approach that the company has taken towards raising money in the market and towards the shareholder value and our costs was very unique. And that allowed us to stay not just afloat, but to have the stock price higher than the price of the IPO when everybody has been disseminated. So we have a very unique approach to, and we hope our shareholders appreciate that. Also, we want everybody to bear in mind that since 2016, January 4th, the shares that have been issued to myself and Gareth are still the same. They just increased, actually. So at this point, we are the biggest shareholders. Our close friends and investors that have the biggest stakes in the company have also been informed about that, and everybody was aboard. So we are very confident that the company is going to be moving very smoothly forward, and all the targets and milestones are going to be achieved.
Well, good luck to him in that race. We have a question from our viewer, Wally. Pending a full go from the FDA, how long would it take you to get the USA supplied along with other countries? And what's stopping the FDA from signing off?
Well, I'll start with the second one. What's stopping FDA from signing off is we didn't file with FDA just yet. We'll have a meeting with them on September 18. I believe that at that point, we're going to have the whole blueprint and time frame of what's remaining to be done. And we have to create the supplies. We have to initiate the human liability study. We would love to have it this year. We'll see if it's possible, because as it goes closer to the holidays, the rule of the thumb is we're going to have to move it past the holidays, so we don't lose subjects and we don't lose time and money on that. As again, you'll see approach of our costs and with the company that we're very frugal with our funds, with other people's money. And so everything has to be estimated to perfection, not to lose any kind of momentum on that. How long it's going to take? I think it's going to be very fast. I mean, we have one of the best and most able manufacturer in the world, Keynote. So once it's cleared, I mean, everything is going to be ready to jumpstart the sales.
And can you address what abuse deterrent technology is specifically? Nicholas wants to know, is it proprietary to NTRB? Is it protected?
Absolutely. As I said, in 47 countries. At this point, I mean, we have the patents, and it's a very wild patent. So technically, any other company who would want to come up with anything similar, they'll have to go to a different route, because any abusive agents that actually placed on the patch, I mean, if you read the patent, I mean, it's protected by our patent.
And Tom Booker asks, 4P Pocono Active Intelligence. I hope I said that correctly. To be clear, are all these technologies currently generating revenue? And if not, do you have a timeline to sales?
We're creating sales, and we had around 2 million sales last year. I mean, we're focusing and probably going to have over 3 million this year in sales. So we do have sales from Pocono, third-party manufacturing that we're using and white labeling. And actually, we started doing our own brand. And the very first one, it took us about 12 months, but we registered to have our first mosquito repellent patch on the market in Costa Rica. And it's based on a vitamin D compound. And we have very good reviews so far from over there, and we think that's going to be scaled also. So yes, we do have manufacturing Fopi Therapeutics, it's actually more, it's not manufacturing, so clinical consulting. So we had clients like Sorrento before, where we generated money. Right now, as far as I know, the office is concentrated on moving forward Aversa. So everything is geared toward that. And because we're doing everything in-house, that saves us a tremendous amount of money.
And Henry asks, where is the currently available Matrix patch being sold? Is it individually? Is it at hospitals? If you can explain where people can get it.
Okay. Well, again, then they missed my whole presentation if they ask me this kind of question. The patch is not on the market yet. The Aversa patch is going to be on the market once it's going to be approved by FDA. We expect it to be sometime next year. If you want to use our sports tapes and other generic patches, I mean, you can look through the FFL we're selling on Amazon. AI tape, actually, we sell on Amazon. But those are sports tapes. I mean, those are over-the-counter, products. It's not. It's not a medical device.
And yes, some of our viewers might have joined in late, so some of these questions might be redundant. Carson asks if you can give a timeline to FDA submission for each of your products.
Well, I'll tell the first one because that's actually the closest one. Then the rest ones are going to be fast, much faster, because the longest process here was feasibility that we had to go through. We had apparently to place an aversive technology on a narcotics patch. It's not as easy as we thought. We thought it was going to be 12 to 24 months. I mean, we are 4 years into this process and we just completed it. So once FDA approves it, everything else is going to be much faster. I mean, we think within 12 months, we're going to have, new products on the market. But for this one, right now, all depends on the meeting in September and when we would think that we can jumpstart our whole study, human liability study, because everything is going to depend on that. Human liability study is going to take, up to 3 months. So depending on that, once it's over, we can actually prepare the paperwork and file with the FDA after the human liability study completed. So we expect, if I would be optimistic, it's going to be by the third quarter of next year, we should file the FDA. More pessimistic would be last quarter of next year with the FDA. But we think it's going to be by the third quarter, according to the time frame that we have.
Perfect. Well, do you have any closing remarks for our viewers today, Sergei?
Well, the only closing remark I want to say, just if you look at our company, at our shareholders, you will see a drastic difference from many biotech companies on the market. From 2021, our IPO that we done, it was the last time we went to the market. We figured out very quickly that going back and raising money by traditional means through the offerings and pipes and would be extremely detrimental to our shareholder value. So we choose a completely different approach. And even though we still believe that our stock is trying to be controlled, but we are on the path when this is going to be over soon. So we would like the new shareholders and the market to actually see the intrinsic value in our company and our stock right now.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on our conference today. And we look forward to continuing on these conversations with you and the important work you're doing. So thank you, Sergei.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, everyone, we'll be right back.